Hi everybody, I'm Jasmine J. I'm a local entertainer here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm here to bring you some red flags and some warnings to look for, when you're looking online on the internet, looking at all the various independent strippers, stripper companies, national agencies online. Here are some red flags to look out for so you don't get scammed. First, let's take a look at the photos of the dancers to choose from. Does the agency you're looking at post the same photos in multiple cities? Feel free to check out any other big cities such as Atlanta, New York, Las Vegas, Chicago, Boston, LA. Check out those other cities and see if that agency is also in those other major cities. If they are, take a look at the selection of the dancers on each of those websites. Are the dancers the same in each city? That is a huge red flag right there, and most of the time, well, not most of the time, all the time, 100%, that is a bait and switch company. No dancer is going to be available in all cities 100% of the time for your party. No dancer is going to fly out to, from New York to Atlanta to do a party for $200. Those are all bait and switch companies. Does the agency have outdated photos? They look like they're from the 80s or 90s. These companies aren't upkeeping with their photos and selections of dancers for a reason, because they don't want to show you what their real dancers look like. These are not real photos. They're old. They're outdated. They're not real. Point blank. Red flag. Does the agency have flawless, too good to be true pictures of their dancers on their websites? Yes, a lot of strippers out there, are, unflawed. But, typically, if it's a good agency, not 100, men like different types of women, and women like different types of men. If there's not a wide selection and, different types of women and men to choose from, if everybody's, unflawed, everyone looks great, that's typically a red flag as well. I get it a lot of the times when I work for, I work for a lot of other agencies. When I get a phone call and it's from, another national agency that do the bait and the switch, they just, the client thinks that, they're getting one person, and I show up, and I'm obviously not the person on the website. I'm not, a supermodel. I'm a normal human being, and, a lot of these people are fooled by those awesome flawed photos. If these websites you're looking at have, gorgeous model-esque female and male dancers on their website, most of the time that's, another red flag. They're a bait and switch company. Does the agency not have pictures of dancers you've seen or heard or know about in your local area? Now, if you're new to this whole business and you've never hired a dancer before or don't know about the local strippers in your area, you may not know about this, but if you've been to male reviews before, if you know or heard about the scene of the different dancers, like here in Atlanta, we have, like a Renegade, the Beast, we got a Bolo. These are very well-known dancers, and typically they work for all the local agencies in the area. If you're not seeing these, high-profile dancers that and you've seen about in your local area, and they're not posted on these agencies' websites, typically that's a red flag as well. They normally work for all the local agencies because they want to get booked. That's their profession. They're trying to, work parties. That's another red flag. Does the agency not have a live operator that you can speak to over the phone? A lot of national agencies, they don't have the time to talk to every single person that calls, and that's the point. They don't want to. They don't care about, every single little detail about your party. They just want the customer to come in, pay for it, and then not have to deal with it again. Therefore, they leave out that live operator. Yes, they will have probably a voicemail in which you can, leave a detailed message, But when it comes down to, wanting to get in contact with someone and ask questions, I know as a customer, if I'm spending a lot of money on something as a dancer, and if I've never purchased a dancer before, and I'm spending a lot of my hard-earned money, I'm going to want to ask questions. I'm going to have a lot of those questions because I've never done it before. I want to speak to someone who has knowledge and can give me the information to make a right decision. If these agencies don't have that live person to talk to, a lot of the times they're doing that for a reason. They aren't looking out for your best interest. That's a red flag to look for. Does the agency not have online bookings for your credit card or transactions that they can take over the phone? There are a lot of people out there who say they're legitimate businesses, but they just happen to be posting ads on Craigslist, or they're an independent dancer. They're just trying to book parties and make money off of that. If you're a legitimate business and company, you have set up a online merchant service for your company. That's something that takes time, and not only time, it takes money. And that's something that's really easy to look out for. That's a real good indicator whether or not that company is valid, has a business license. Those type of companies are going to spend that kind of money on having an online merchant service to actually take those transactions online. And businesses who take an upfront booking fee, because that's basically locking a dancer in place and guaranteeing you what you have ordered, what you're paying for. If you're going through an independent dancer or through a business that may be sketchy and they're not taking these upfront fees, they really don't have to back up what they've promised you. Who's to say they're going to cancel last minute? And with a booking fee, if something does happen, at least you're going to get something back. Whereas these other places who aren't taking booking fees and stuff like that, you may have set up something and last minute you can't get a hold of them, or something happened. With the booking fee, that's kind of like a guarantee and something that secures in your mind that you're getting what you paid for. Does the agency not have a Facebook, Twitter, social media site where you can read real and legitimate reviews, testimonials, see party pictures that are posted by actual clients? Don't be fooled by any of these hand-typed testimonials on websites by anonymous people. Any web developer or web designer can simply go in and hand type in themselves their own testimonial review or whatnot. If you're looking at a social networking site like Facebook or Twitter, most of the time people who have liked those pages are real people, and you can see that too by how many likes a company has. You can see the interaction between like actual people and their reviews, and see the posts, the party pictures that they've posted. And not only that, you can see pictures of the dancers that they have, or they should be posting pictures of dancers that they have available, videos, things that really involve interaction between the company and people on the social networking sites. This has been a warning. Going through most of these national agencies and local independent dancers, can be dangerous and a total catastrophe for you, the maid of honor, your party, and all the guests in attendance that are expecting, an entertainer, a show, a performance. Something like this could ruin a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity such as, a bachelor, bachelorette, birthday party. Memories that can be shattered and ruined by you being ripped off. They're liable to just take your money and run with these independent contractors, strippers that you see. Don't be fooled. Do your research. There is never a guarantee when you hire a stripper through online postings, social network sites, Craigslist, or any other classified, networking sites. Don't get scammed. Some of these entertainers will ask for some or all of the money, up front before even arriving. And I've heard firsthand from clients that, tried using an independent stripper, and in the end, they got scammed. They took the money and run. They never showed up, and then they were left without an entertainer for the party. Learn from their mistakes. I tell clients this all the time. It's better to be safe than to be sorry. Be cautious of companies who don't require a deposit on a credit card. Also consider, without a deposit, the company has very little obligation to provide you an entertainer in the end. All cash upon arrival bookings generally have high last-minute cancellations from the company or the dancer. Please do your research before spending any of your hard-earned money. These type of parties you can only do once unless you get divorced and remarried. As a dancer, I like to see the customers happy, and in return, usually that makes me a happy entertainer. Like I said, do your research. Hopefully this was informative to you, and take the time, don't get scammed, and like I said, I'm Jasmine J. Hopefully I'll see you at your next party.